My name is Jonah Kade, and one day, a room decided whether I would live or die. It wasn't a courtroom. It wasn't a battlefield. It was a hall with white walls, plastic chairs, and men who never looked up. The exam was 8 hours long. Failing didn't mean shame. Failing meant removal from the system, from the country, from the future I was trying to build. When they handed me the paper, my hands were already shaking. Not from fear, from exhaustion. I hadn't slept properly in days. Studying felt pointless when your life depends on memory, and memory disappears under pressure. The clock started. No music, no encouragement. Just the soft sound of pens scratching and the louder sound of breathing. Hour 1. The first questions were simple. Too simple. That's how they trick you. By letting you relax. By convincing you the danger has passed. I answered carefully, double-checking every line. I told myself to stay calm. Calm is a performance. Fear is honest. Hour 2. The questions changed tone. Long paragraphs. Technical language. Rules hidden inside rules. I felt time speed up while my thoughts slowed down. A man 2 seats away started tapping his foot. Another kept rubbing his temples like he was trying to push the knowledge back into his skull. I stopped seeing people. Just paper. I reminded myself, you have survived worse than this. The sea didn't argue. This did. Hour 3. My stomach cramped. Not hunger, stress. Every answer felt like a gamble. Every erased line felt like lost time. I imagined border officers, interview rooms. The word denied stamped across my name. For the first time, I thought about standing up, walking out, ending the uncertainty. That's the thing about exams like this. They don't just test knowledge. They test how long you can sit with terror without moving. Hour 4. Halfway. People started breaking. A man near the front raised his hand and left. He didn't look back. A woman whispered a prayer under her breath, rocking slightly as she wrote. I stared at the clock. 4 hours down. 4 hours to go. I remembered the dinghy. The silence after the engine died. I stayed seated. Hour 5. My handwriting changed. Messier, angrier, less polite. I stopped trying to be perfect. I wrote to survive. The invigilator walked slowly between rows. Shoes clicking like punctuation marks. Every step sounded final. I avoided his eyes. If he saw me, I felt like I might disappear. Hour 6. Fatigue arrived fully then. Words blurred. Numbers swapped places. I reread the same sentence 6 times and understood nothing. I rested my forehead on my arm for 5 seconds. 5 seconds felt like a risk. I stood back up inside my head and kept going. Hour 7. The room smelled like defeat. Sweat, paper, fear. Some people were done. Some had given up. Some were still fighting. I was empty. That turned out to be an advantage. When you have nothing left, doubt has nothing to work with. Hour 8. The final questions felt personal, as if someone knew exactly where I was weakest and pressed there deliberately. When the final minute was called, my pen was still moving. Stop, the voice said. I stopped. Just like that. 8 hours reduced to a stack of paper. They didn't tell us the result immediately. Of course they didn't. They let us sit with it. Days passed. Then weeks. When the email finally came, I didn't open it right away. I stared at my name on the screen and felt the same fear I felt on the water. That strange understanding that once you know the outcome, there is no going back. I opened it. I had passed, by a thin line. 1 point, 1 answer, 1 decision. People congratulated me, smiled, said it was impressive. They didn't understand. This exam didn't make me proud. It taught me something worse. That survival doesn't reward excellence. It rewards endurance. My name is Jonah Kade, and this was another life I lived. This is the Lives of Jonah Kade. Subscribe to follow the journey, because every life holds a lesson, and every survival comes with a cost.